Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back. And in today's video, we are going to be planting some trees here on my property. So the trees that we're going to be planting here are trees that were donated to us because of we had a Derecho come through last year. Glad it missed the house. It's just falling trees everywhere though. It doesn't even seem real. I literally just bought this place and lived here for just over a month, and stumps everywhere really is what it's gonna be. I was wondering what kind of trees I could plant around the backside so they don't fall over next time. So I don't think that these winds will ever happen really again, but the fact that they did happen just shows that like really anything can happen. So I'm just lucky that my house didn't get really badly damaged. There's a branch up there that's just barely dangling. It's probably gonna fall and hit the shop, but there's not really a whole lot I can do about it. If I pull it down myself, or if it does it itself, it's probably still gonna fall in the same direction. There's the chicken coop, or I guess what was the chicken coop. Backside of the barn right there in that corner is just demolished, missing boards. All of these trees just, they all fell. This is a mess. This glass broke right here. It just doesn't even make sense. It is what it is, I guess. We had a Derecho come through last year and we lost a lot of trees. As you see, that one broke in half, that one broke in half, that one broke. I mean, we did a lot of cleanup, but there's still a ton of cleanup to do on the back side of the property. There's just, I mean, there was trees all along, like you could see them all now. There's so much that we lost. Right here we got a swamp white oak. I want to plant that out in front. We have 3 black walnuts here. This black walnut's doing really good. These 2 are not doing so hot. This is a bur oak. I want to plant that probably over there somewhere. I want that bur oak to get huge. Maybe we plant this bur oak, but the issue with this one is it's a little bit brown. I think it's getting too big for the pot it's in. We should have planted it earlier, but I mean, things happen, whatever. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, and then the 3 black walnuts, I plan on planting one there, back at the windbreak, that's west. So I'll plant black walnut there, a black walnut over there, and then a black walnut, so that they'll be in line with the windbreak. I think it should go pretty smooth. I got a spot picked out. We're gonna plant the swamp white oak first. I'll take you up front quick just to show what it's gonna look like. See, with this tree, I mean, it had tons of branches on it. They all broke off and we had to clean all that up. That one, same deal. I had to cut down this tree right there. We had to cut down this tree here. You can see limbs from this one broken. I mean, this one had a huge branch come off. This thing just snapped in half right here. And then this one lost a lot of coverage. A lot of it's growing back, but I don't know how it's gonna do. But put some sticks where I want to plant the new one. I think right here is probably a pretty good spot. It's in line with these ones. And it's offset from the house. So I think that's enough space from this maple to plant a swamp white oak. I'm using the tractor so I can throw some excess dirt in the bucket if we need to. Plus it's, you know, I bought it, so I'm gonna drive it when I can. Well, first things first, we're gonna go ahead and put that swamp white oak up front. Got some bags of radiant brown mulch. I know planting trees in the summer isn't the best, but we'll be fine. It's only like 90 degrees today. This thing's a beast. So yeah, I think right here, having that swamp white oak right here, I'm just trying to picture what it'll be like, you know, in, let's say 30, 40, 50 years. It'll be growing right there. It'll be nice and far away from that maple. And I think it'll create good shade, but not really block the view since it's offset from the window. The beautiful view of the farm. The farmlands, all the cornfields and beans and whatnot, but yeah, I think right there is gonna be the best.
This cut an X across the bottom of the root ball and 4 vertical lines along the sides of the root ball with a sharp knife.
There it is. We got the swamp white oak planted for right now. And that's a pretty good depth. We're gonna spread some mulch around it. All right, guys, so it's been a couple days since I planted those trees. I went ahead and I planted some more without recording because I figure the process is pretty simple. So I went ahead and planted a bur oak right there. So that was that black walnut that we planted down there. I put a plastic protective cover on the bottom so animals don't try to eat it. I planted this bur oak. Hopefully it'll get real big right in between. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna have to cut down that pine tree. There's nothing on it. Right in the middle, that skinny one. Oh, and half of it broke off. I'm gonna have to, hopefully that one looks fine, but yeah, hopefully this one will get real nice and tall. And then I went ahead and planted this stick of a black walnut right here. Hopefully it comes back. The dirt, I mean, the soil is like really good condition over here. I think if it's gonna come back, it's gonna come back right here. We'll take it step by step, you know. As this one gets bigger, we'll figure out what to do with the other ones. I kind of want to weed out the pine trees that I have and get some more variety, but I think this was probably the best location. This was the black walnut that I planted with you guys, and that thing's doing pretty good. Put that plastic protective cover around the bottom of this one too, just in case. I really want this one to do good. And then I planted that bur oak that I don't have very high hopes of it surviving just because of how brown it is, but I mean, there's a possibility it could come back. Who knows? Over here, all the water will kind of drain into this area. So we're on the road now. I planted that bur oak right in the kind of middle of this open area, but on the front side. So hopefully it'll grow. I mean, bur oak's supposed to get really big, 80 by 80. They can grow, I mean, 100 feet tall if they wanted to. Hopefully this one gets really big. You know, 20, 30, 40 years, this thing is gonna be absolutely massive. And then it's gonna live for a very long time too. I mean, they can live hundreds of years. So I think that was probably the best location for this one, just because of how open this area is, and I kind of want to create more of a shade, and plus it'll just be a cool tree. So we got that, and then we got the swamp white oak out in front. Hopefully that'll look really good. I put the protective cover around the bottom of that too. Really want this one to survive. So yeah, we planted 5 trees. I have a 6th black walnut right here that has nothing growing on it. I'm gonna keep it in the pot for now because I plan on planting it over here, west side, over here where there's that pine tree that snapped in half, right down there. Obviously, I'm gonna have to cut down that little stump there. I'm gonna have to get rid of that elm that fell over, that pine tree that's dead and has nothing on it, and then I'm gonna have to deal with that. That's where I want to plant that other black walnut. Just have to deal with the poison ivy part. I could just cut it down, drag it, and burn it, but if you burn it, it's not good. If you breathe it in, you'll get poison ivy in your lungs, and you'll feel like you want to die. So I think that'd be a good spot for it, because then it gives it enough space from that bur oak. And then there's a black walnut that I planted. You can't even see it because there's nothing on it. Oh, there it is, right there. And then that other black walnut that's down there. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one.